We're live on YouTube. Come up to standing position and we'll continue with some of the work that we were doing last week on really just focusing on some of the Qigong flows. So actually getting into the flow so that we can let the breath settle with the movement. Let's start off with our feet shoulder width apart. Little bit of bend in the knees. We put that bend in the knee just so we don't over torque the knee. And we'll just start with knocking. So tall through the spine, lifted through the crown, and just rotating, moving from hips and waist. Just breathing easy in and out through the nose. Tapping the back of the body. And just letting the arms relax, shoulders relax, upper back relax. This is mobilizing and energizing the spine, which is essential for efficient breathing and efficient movement. Just glancing in the direction that you are rotating. Just keep going. I'll just let Rebecca in there. And let's take a glance a little bit further over the shoulder. So just looking, glancing over the shoulder, lifting from the crown. So we're not craning our neck, but we're just lifting from the crown. So we get that little bit of additional rotation through the upper back, through the neck, and also it will challenge your balance a little bit, your vestibular balance. And then really just ease into slowing that movement down. Going into water waves. So the slower we go, just feel the air through the fingers. It's nice if you're outside doing this, but even if you're indoors, just feel that air going back of the body, front of the body. Slow it down, come to standing. So just take your feet about shoulder width. Let's just balance, get connected to the ground. Lifted and lengthened from the crown to the sky, relaxing the shoulders. Let the shoulders go and relax. Lips lightly together. Tongue just resting on the roof of the mouth. And that little bit of an inner smile, just open up the face, relax the jaw muscles, relax the cheekbones. And then step out. Start with the physical movement. So we'll work through the physical movement of the Qigong flow. Then we'll bring the breath to it and then we'll just settle into the flow. So the physical movement, arms rounded, palms facing up. You bring your palms so they're facing up to chest height. You then do a little bit of a spiral through the hands and through the elbows and through the shoulders, and then you just reach up. You can look up as you reach up. Watch that the shoulders don't start to hunch up here and that you're forcing that push. So you lengthen and reach up to the sky and then follow back down in reverse order. So just work on that physical movement. Palms to chest, spiral, reach up, back down. Just a few more of these in the physical movement. So we're just learning the structure of the move. Thinking about how you are moving your body. Notice also as you're doing this that little bit of a spine wave. So you're here, the spine is a little bit flexed here. As you're coming up, you're extending, lifting the sternum a little bit towards the sky, lifting the heart towards the sky and lifting up. And then as you come down, you soften. A little bit of bend in the knees there. You can straighten the knees a little bit so you can use the whole body. So it's not just an arm movement. So spine wave. Let's do a few more, just focusing on spine extending and opening up. And then softening, ribs softening. Focusing on the structure of the movement. And then stop, shake out a little bit, shake your wrists, shake your shoulders, just tap your heels into the ground. Shake out your legs, come back to your standing position. Same move. This time we'll change our attention, we'll focus our attention on the breath. So we've got the movement, you know the physical structure of the movement. So we bring our attention to the breath as we move the body. This Qigong flow is called Buddha holds up the earth. So the intention is that you're picking the earth up and you're holding the earth above you. So it's quite a nice intention to the movement. So let's just go with the movement. And most probably quite naturally what you are doing is as you are holding up the earth, you're breathing in. And then you are breathing out. And that breath is light. And it's soft. And it's in and out through the nose. So just following, tuning in, noticing the breath. Just notice the physical sensation as the breath flows in the body, that slightly cooler air coming in through the nose. And then the breath just slightly warmer as it leaves the body. Be aware of that really subtle pause at the bottom of the breath there, and then breathing in. Suspension at the top, breathing out. Just let the breath happen. Two more. Just bringing your attention, keeping your attention on the breath. And then just take a moment's rest. So first of all, work on the actual physical movement. So just work on your structure. Then it's a bit like spinning plates. Once you've got one plate spinning, you've got your structure worked on, you know the movement, then you can bring your attention to the breath. The idea is that we're not pulling the breath in, we're not forcing the breath into the body. Keep the breath as light as possible. So it should be effortless, it should be easy, it should be really, really gentle breathing. It should be happening without you having to do anything or with having to try to breathe in a particular way. Let's come back into the standing position. And now we'll do the same movement. This time the focus is really see if you can make the flow as smooth as possible. So you can you can change your attention between the movement and the breath, but it's almost like getting to that state of meditative flow, if you like. So this can take time, it can take years. But the idea is just see if you can really soften parts of the body that don't need to be tight, and that you can be strong where you need to be strong, and that the breath can be just really easy. So let's do this in silence just for the next couple of minutes. So balance, a little bit of bend in the knees, just all following. And then just take a rest there. Just step your feet in. Just balance. It's so tempting when we're doing our exercise that we're going through the movement and rushing on to the next one and thinking about, I need to get to the end of this or I need to get to the end of that. But actually, if you work on the practical stuff like the movement and then just tune in with the breath and then take your time, you could do this one movement, this one flow for half an hour. And you can find all of the really subtle points where you can, I could just relax my shoulders a little bit more. I can relax my face a little bit more. I can relax my thumb a little bit more. And if you can tune into stuff like that, it actually just becomes really nice and calming and meditative. And the idea is that if we're thinking about running or exercise, is that if you're running and you get into that feeling where everything is just flowing and it's almost like effortless. So the more you can practice this, the more you can get that sense of being in the zone and effortless movement, the easier it is then when you are running, that you don't feel as if you're pushing and forcing. You can just go with the flow. Let's do how we do in time-wise. Let's do the earth, separating earth and sky. This is another good one for the structure for opening up the rib cage. So we'll work on the practical physical movement first. So have hands almost like you're holding a little ball in front of you there. So soft elbows, soft wrists. I'll mirror you. So that right hand goes down towards the earth. The left hand goes up towards the sky. So you could just do straight separation, or what is also quite nice is just to do that little bit of a lean over so you can open up the side of the ribs here. So you're opening up the rib cage, side of the ribs there. And then you spiral hands back. So your little fingers are both sort of like going towards the chest there. So you're in that sort of position as you're coming back. And then you swap sides. So you spiral and you can open up that right side of the rib cage. And then spiral. And spiral. Spiral. Remember, we're not forcing either. We're not pushing our body beyond any limits. We're not straining. We're just getting that nice ease of movement. Spiral. And when we do that little side bend, make sure that you're not leaning forwards or leaning back. So imagine you've got two sheets of glass in front of you and behind you, so you actually get that nice side bend. So you're just going to the side. So just work a couple more physical movement. As you come spiraling down, you can bend the knees a little bit. That might feel quite intuitive. And then you can just straighten, lift a little bit taller, stand a little bit taller. So I'm just going into a little knee bend, and then I'm just coming a little bit taller. So again, it's a whole body movement rather than just a arm movement. So this is the structure of the movement. And then take a rest for a moment. Shake out if you need to shake out a little bit. And then come back into your shoulder width, a little bit of bend in the knees. Now we'll bring the breath to it. We've learnt the movement. Holding your chi ball, As we extend, again, you might quite naturally just breathe in and then breathe out. Breathe in and out. And just as the other flow, breath is easy, it's soft, it's rhythmical, it's light. Easy in and out through the nose. It's quiet. And if you're adding that little side bend, then you can breathe in to the ribs, into the side of the ribs there. And you can feel that slightly cooler air coming in through the nose, slightly warmer leaving. And then just take a rest for the moment. Shake out again if you need to shake out a little bit. Move around if you need to move around a little bit. Let's now run that little flow without the side bend. So we're just separating earth and sky, but without the side bend. And let's just see how we can really settle into the flow of that movement. Feel the work through the legs. So the legs, the strength through the legs are helping to extend and lift. So let's just do a few of these, just really focusing on where you need to be strong, but then where you can soften and relax. Really settle into the flow of the movement. Flow of the breath. And then just come back to standing. Feel your feet connected to the ground, lifted and lengthened, connected to the sky through the crown of the head. Step back out, and we'll finish off today with our fanning the flames. So we've done two very, very calming flows, which is bringing you into rest and recovery, into parasympathetic, into relaxation. Now we'll do the fanning and the flame breath, which is deliberately creating a stress on the body. So remember, if we're doing anything that is creating a stress on the body, particularly with breath work, if you've got high blood pressure, if you're pregnant, if you've got any cardiovascular issues, then just certainly avoid these exercises. If you're pregnant, just be very aware if you've got any other issues in terms of cardiovascular issues. But what we'll do with this one is just pop your hands lower belly and just below the ribs there. So feel where the diaphragm is. And this is where you're actually going to activate, use the diaphragm to push the air out of the body. So the breath is naturally in through the nose. I'll just demonstrate a couple of times. And then you are blowing the breath out. So you're going. So you're physically pulling in the diaphragm to blow the breath out. So it's a very active exhale through the mouth. So let's just do 5 of those. Nice full breath in through the nose. And then breathe easy. Let the breath settle. Then we'll go again, full breath in through the nose. And let the breath settle. We'll go again, 5 breaths out, full breath in through the nose. And breath in through the nose, let the breath settle. Notice with this, you don't have to focus on breathing in because it just happens. If you're pushing the breath out, the breath naturally flows back in through the nose. You need to take a slightly fuller breath in because you're doing a more active breath. So it's not just a normal breath in. So it's a fuller breath in through the nose. And 5 more. Let the breath in. So we've done this before in the water buffalo position, but let's just do this. This is just quite nice just to practice just in this standing position. If that's comfortable for you for the 5, let's go for 10. So full breath in through the nose. And activating the diaphragm. Full breath in through the nose. And then let's just do some arm circles. Pulling down the sky. Interlacing the hands, bringing the hands over the lower abdomen, bringing the feet together. Giving your palms a little bit of a rub. Brushing down. Belly, back, inside of the legs. And we will finish there. Great. It's nice just to slow the movement down, not to do lots and lots of different breathing practices. So we'll continue along these lines over the next couple of weeks. Just a little bit of an announcement for a week on Friday, not this coming Friday, but a week on Friday on the 30th. Larry Camerata is going to do a taster of Tai Chi. So this is going to be a fantastic session. So that's a lunch and learn on the 30th at 1 o'clock. So there'll be information out on that. And I'm also setting up a Qigong and Ancient Woodlands Trails in London, a 2-day workshop. I think I posted that on Facebook, so I'll send more information out for that. But in the meantime, I will see you on Thursday. Thanks for joining. Thank you for your time. And I'll see you all on Thursday. Have a great day. Bye-bye. Thank you. Bye.